Welcome to the Life After Well series. I'm Qcil Newman, your host, and I'll be taking you on a journey through the inspiring story of Quality Chemical Industries Limited, Qcil, as we celebrate 20 years of pharmaceutical manufacturing excellence in Africa. Together, we look back at the milestones that have shaped this iconic Ugandan and Pan-African company over the past 2 decades, and we explore the exciting future that lies ahead. Hello and welcome. I am honored to be sitting with the co-founder and chairman of Qcil, that is Quality Chemical Industries Limited, Emmanuel Katongole, the co-founder and board member, Mr. George Baguma, co-founder and board member, Mr. Frederick Chitaka. Now, before we even get into this story, I'd like to know a little bit about you growing up. I asked you earlier when you started business, and you told me it was at the age of 5 or 6, and I was like, my goodness.
I am not the typical man who grew up in the city. I grew up in rural area, in what used to be called Mubende district, now Mitiana district. Born to peasant parents, illiterate parents.
Yes.
Could not read and write. Family of 4. I was the last.
You're the youngest.
I was the youngest, and I had 3 sisters.
Okay.
Unfortunately, all of them departed.
Yes.
Qcil, I don't know whether you've ever seen someone dying of HIV/AIDS without care. It is so frightening, so depressing. I saw my sister, particularly the one that I follow. She really went out so thin, and by the time she died, I think she was less than 10 kilograms.
Oh my goodness.
And you could not believe it. And that gave me the energy to start dreaming.
One thing really captured my attention during these training seminars. There was a problem of Kaposi's sarcoma. This is a skin cancer which leads to the development of lesions all over the body.
Okay.
And you'd see someone attending, but is just scratching the body. These lesions, and they are bleeding. And even our attention sometimes would get off our subject, and you sympathize with this person. But that virus, the herpes virus, which causes that, is not a problem in people who are not HIV positive. People whose immunity is high. So HIV created a problem of lowering people's immunity. And so you would see someone really suffering in public. So we kept on until our board said that we are going into all this. Why don't you also look at helping these farmers with HIV/AIDS? By then, there were drugs which could relieve HIV/AIDS, but they were not available. If available, they were very, very, very expensive. We approached Cipla in India and became their agent here. So we are the first private sector company to import and distribute antiretrovirals in Uganda.
Dr. Hamid, Yusuf Hamid, was actually invited to address the European Commission. And in that interview, he made 3 offers. It was about HIV/AIDS. The first offer was that he had come up with a cocktail of 3 therapies. These therapies were by 3 companies in America. One is Bristol-Myers Squibb, the other is Bollinger, and the other was GlaxoSmithKline.
Okay, yes.
So Glaxo had one pill trying to attack the disease. Bristol-Myers Squibb had another, and Bollinger had another. So what Cipla did, they took the three products and combined it into a cocktail.
In one of those Philly Retire memorial lectures, we announced publicly during those lectures, that we are going to start manufacturing antiretrovirals and antimalarials in Uganda. That was a very important moment in our lives, because the following day, all newspapers, all radio stations in the country were all reporting Ugandans going to manufacture antiretrovirals. Even BBC announced that we are going to produce ARVs. And this even gave us more courage. His Excellency the President, General Yoweri Museveni, picked that from the media.
President Museveni was among the first leaders in the world to acknowledge that HIV/AIDS was a problem. And that he deserves a Nobel Prize for that. He came out open. When other countries were hiding.
Yes, everyone was hiding.
Everyone was hiding. And people were dying in thousands. He came out in the open and said HIV/AIDS was a big problem. Again, the president came up and said, do we leave these million people to die off? I think he exercised his parental side of life and said, no.
We have to help.
We have to have a solution. And at that time, there was an emergence of what is called antiretroviral therapy, ARVs.
Yes.
The first product was by GSK, a product called Zidovudine, AZT, Zidovudine. And that product was for the rich, because a month treatment would go to about $2,000. And it helped. It wasn't that effective. It helped about $2,000. So it was for the rich.
Oh my goodness.
The poor people could not access it. Then a new product called Stavudine came in, and another one called Nevirapine came in. And India, particularly a company called Cipla Limited, was actually the savior. Because the chairman of Cipla, Dr. Mead, is a great scientist. Got a PhD from University of Cambridge. He took up interest in research and came up with a combination of these three products. Stavudine, Nevirapine, and AZT.
Okay.
Combine them into one product, what is called a triple therapy combination product.
Okay.
And this was a revolution. And he did it as part of his social investment for Cipla. Brought the prices
down,
skyrocketing down, free fall, from about $1,000 a month to about $30 a month.
Wow.
$1 a day. And we found ourselves in the right place at the right time, because we are the local representatives of Cipla.
Okay, so that's how it started.
Yes, that's how it started. And then President Museveni said we must supply. That was the first year. We, government of Uganda, bought from us medicines worth $25 million. $25 million, big stuff. And Ugandans started accessing medicines. Isn't President Museveni our hero?
Yes.
Just imagine if you ever had someone who was sick and has a life today.
What we are doing is, yes, they are complex molecules, but also we are WHO pre-qualified. which means that our standards are at par with the best in the world. And that is, our medicines are safe and can be whatever. They have been certified to be good for anyone, anywhere in the world.
So I'm happy to report that we have over 600 Ugandans in this facility who are running this plant fully. And they are our children. We have had to run a backward linkage where we have tried to make this factory work with universities and higher institutions of learning to help solve problems here. And currently we are solving problems ourselves using our teams here. So I'm quite happy to see that we have reached this level. And now we are even moving to another phase.
We've expanded our reach when it comes to product reach.
Okay.
We started with ARVs and ACTs. We do a number of products. But in the next 20 years, the ground is laid.
Okay.
As we
So we've already started on that journey.
Yes, as we celebrate 20 years, we've laid ground and we're putting up a plant that is double this size.
Double what you have now.
Double what we have. This is about 14,000 square meters. 14,000 square meters is quite a massive plant. And what we're now putting up for the next 20 years, which is started, funding is all through done and technology is all done, is 28,000 square meters. And what are we going to produce? We're going to produce to enhance capacity because of exports. One, we're introducing injectables for treatment of HIV/AIDS because new technology is coming up for injectables. We're introducing that. We're handling a very other big disease called sickle cell disease.
Yes.
Blood anemia. It's a blood disorder.
Blood disorder. Yes.
Blood disorder. Just imagine how many. Africa has got close to 500,000 every year suffering. We want to solve that.
500,000 every year.
We want to solve that. Uganda alone, 30,000.
And we lose so many children.
30,000, we lose so many children. So we're going to start manufacturing a product called hydroxyurea. That at least helps to prolong people's lives. We're also doing for TB. There is no manufacturer for TB drugs. We're going to start doing TB drugs. There's a lot of co-infection between HIV/AIDS and TB, tuberculosis. We're also going to start doing that. So we also leaving ground to dream into other products. Products that are non-communicable. These diseases are also becoming a big challenge to communities. So we really want to see that these diseases do not kill our people.
Yes.
We want to be part of a solution to an African problem. So that's the 20 years we see. We look at these next 20 years with optimism, with bigger dreams. We hope we'll live to see it, but even if we don't live to see it, we've laid a strong foundation to make sure that this company will continue and outlive us.
Is there anything when you look back on the journey that maybe really surprised you at some point? Was there something that you were shocked by and you learned from?
In the beginning, when you are starting to put up a plant like this, being a finance person, numbers are important. Numbers are important. So our success would be, okay, are we making a bottom line? Are we employing people, meeting government expectations because they are partners? are we able to meet some of these things. However, today, we measure success, like I've said, through saying that we have saved a lot of lives. A lot of people, people would die, and the children would have to look after their siblings, young children.
Out the head of the house.
The head of the house, and they wouldn't have jobs, so they would go into prostitution, things like that, and they would get infected. So it was a vicious cycle. People were dying, and a horrible, horrible death. So when I look back and say that is no longer happening, it is like COVID now has disappeared, and you say, where did it go? So this is what is happening with AIDS. Because, I don't know, you are still very young, maybe you didn't even, maybe you are not even yet born. But with the time, this disease was so terrible because it attacked the immune system. So you wouldn't have any soldiers. So any ailment that you got would really affect you. So people would get blisters all over their body. Then they would, each and everything that would attack them, they wouldn't have any defense. So people would waste away and die a very painful death. To find that we have managed to positively impact and stop that, it is unbelievable.
When we hosted people living with HIV AIDS here, when they came in here, we invited them. There are a number of associations, but one group that came led to people starting to cry. You can imagine 30 people seated in our hall. The majority of them started crying when we gave them the story of how we managed to put up this plant. They first toured, and then we gave them the story. And they were all shedding tears. They were shedding tears of happiness, but they were also shedding tears in memory of those who died.
The level of development, we really thought that the journey, that what we achieved in 5 years would be achieved probably in 20 years. that surprised us.
Okay.
The level of respect that our business gained across Africa, that surprised me. But then there are a few things that surprise me that are very personal. Someone comes to you crying and tells you in confidence that I'm alive because of you.